also be banned.
You're gonna give Big Daddy
game.
Wisp? No. You're gonna give the Navi a Wisp? No.
Yeah.
God, no. We will never see a Wisp.
If either of these teams get Wisp, it's very likely that they're just gonna outfight the opponents because
it's over.
They just execute really well.
So Slacks, you're saying that something actually depends on a draft?
Huh? What?
No.
Don't talk to me like this. I already made my point. Let's just agree to disagree. These are the two best teams we got. It's gonna be about their draft and their play. How about
Are they gonna ban out the
bold call
Phoenix,
there,
though?
Slacks? Real bold.
All right, here we go. Well, as we said,
Clear
the
off our
first
coffee
one,
table here.
Nobody wants a Wisp in either one of these games. They're just both too good at it. We're gonna get rid of our Spirit too.
And how about Phoenix? If you're Navi, you gonna still get rid of that?
They're definitely thinking about it. I don't
They
know.
have first pick.
Yeah.
Do they take it though? I don't see them
I haven't
play
seen
it
Navi
often.
play it this entire playoff, and I haven't seen Navi play it in a long while actually.
Yeah. The other thing is that Navi could let Beastmaster through and snag up the Night Stalker in hopes that that will counter the vision advantage from Beastmaster. But Beastmaster's OP and he has so many things going for him outside just the vision alone. But with that first pick, they were hoping to snag up the Beastmaster first. So maybe OG are considering what options are going to be left for him to take with their 1-2 punch.
Well, I mean, it is going to be available for them now to go for either Beast or Phoenix.
Yep.
Just don't ban any of them, and you get them. And then it comes down to who plays these heroes better. General definitely is a monster on Beastmaster, but they don't like Phoenix so much, so they banned the Beastmaster Impact. And now they're like, what are you going to do? Are you going to play Phoenix? Are you going to change it up? We'll see what Navi have to go for here.
I don't know. That's a hard call. I mean, Navi don't play very often, but you also don't want to let OG have it.
You could see Night Stalker or Disruptor, you know, just silence approach, but OG played against Night Stalker and Disruptor with their Phoenix before. Fly's positioning is impeccable. He doesn't really get caught out that much.
Yeah. Well, it's time to see if OG respects the Night Stalker enough to not be picking up that Phoenix, or if they're gonna just...
No, they will go for it.
All right.
I don't think they respect Night Stalker that much.
Oh boy, you guys are gonna have a lot of questions when they don't pick that Phoenix for me. I bet you that. Here we go.
So if they would go for Phoenix, what hero would they pair it up with? Because previously we saw them paired up a lot with the Earth Spirit, but obviously Earth Spirit is already out.
You can't go for all these anti-call Slacks just to look like a hero once.
Yeah, well,
it's not worth it.
It's what makes you look like a fool
make a
so
call
often.
once.
yeah, well, if I get one right, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nah, but the Phoenix pick is the OG standard. They're just invincible with that hero, it seems like.
We'll have to see what the go-to for crit is. We're going to see him playing something different because when he doesn't get the Earth Spirit, typically it's the Doom. Now we'll have neither. So we'll see. You know, he's not a bit... I haven't seen him play a lot of Enchantress.
And there's no pressure on them picking it up right now, right? They can just go for their offlaner or something like that.
They could wait for Crit's hero a little bit more, for sure, and just know what they're going to be up against, because there's no real reason to just stress this pick. They could pick something that doesn't tell so much. Like, for example, Slardar, I was thinking something along the, you know, a Juggernaut, something that works in every kind of scenario. Slardar pretty much does the same for them, though.
Yeah.
And Moon is very comfortable on this hero.
Yes, he really is. So strong opening, you're happy with the Slardar?
I mean, they've made Slardar work really well before. They played a Slardar TA Sven game. That was just brutal to watch. And yeah, I definitely think in the second ban phase now, you have to think about the Slardar and ban around that. You can't let them get too much minus armor.
And
also, sorry, go ahead, please.
Oh, okay. It's also good to deny General that Slardar as well. I mean, he single-handedly just annihilated that last game. So, good pick there is too. Battle Guy, what's up?
I was just say, you know, getting a Slardar also can restrict the hero pool a bit for Navi. Seeing a Slardar, having the benefit of amp damage, you want to make sure you don't get anyone that could be too, you know, destroyed by heavy physical burst, or any invis hero or amp damage might be able to kind of stalk you a bit.
So Navi, they're gonna bring Night Stalker and Disruptor here. They're bringing exactly what we saw in their previous series here, just playing towards what got them to a grand finals. I think it's a good approach in the first game.
No Chen, no Enchantress. You know, I would have been a bit skeptic for that game 3, but after seeing game 3, I'm not skeptic. So.
I believe, you know, we made a lot of fun about our style only playing those two heroes, but doing it so extremely well. But he definitely has a bigger hero pool than just that. It's just that if he gets allowed to play them, why not continue?
Right. So, you know, the nice thing obviously is this doesn't give a whole lot away as far as the overall game plan. We don't know if it's going to be too push intense. I mean, my teams look to be any sort of push heavy as it is right now, but they don't show the tempo that they're going to want to, you know, are they peaking at the mid game? Are they holding out for a late game? They're holding on to that intel for now.
Right. Well, one thing that we know is that we will never see Alchemist. for the finals. He was banned. He has a 100% ban rate, I believe.
Well, Miracle just plays that hero really well, and they're targeting him with the Invoker ban as well. So trying to remove some of the mid heroes, maybe OG will go for a mid hero pickup immediately here.
Oh, you know what? They did not ban the Tinker in the second phase
That's
also.
true.
And I bet you that if given the chance, OG will snag it up. But Navi also will play the Tinker, so we might see it in the second phase.
High priority hero for sure.
Absolutely.
So how is Navi gonna kill OG's heroes? Because they really like their strength heroes. I'm gonna imagine at least one, maybe two more coming out.
So far, they have a nice draft for taking team fights. I mean, Night Stalker could later on go into Aghanims, even though they really don't. They go for Armlet EKB almost always. But Disruptor brings a lot of team fights. They have tons of silence. It's all about getting the good initiation. That's why I think against OG, maybe Aghanims could be better on Night Stalker, just seeing the enemy and taking a good initiation.
That's true.
But probably Navi are going to head into some Mirana, play it out exactly like we've seen them before.
Lycan is actually also still in the pool as
He's an option. I
hero.
don't think Lycan is so great against Phoenix though, and minus armor from Slardar can bring him down even if he has a BKB. So there's some technical difficulty there playing it, but it's an option for sure. Dichara plays it really well.
Yeah.
And if he gets the free farm lane, from then he can definitely escalate.
It does put them on a timer a bit, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Oh god. Well, there's
Okay.
strength hero number 3.
Well, it's a crit hero.
Yeah.
It is crit hero.
And we haven't seen him play the Spear Breaker in quite some time. But we'll see. Do they ever play Slardar in outside the off lane at all? Have we seen OG play it in a safe lane kind of a position?
I have not seen OG carry with it. Moon just played it like every time I can think of, it's just been Moon on Slardar.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's
That's
always
why I
a chance for
remember it
them
as
to
two,
rotate
but
the
I've
lanes
seen
around,
other
but it will
teams
still
run
be
the
Moon.
safe lane Slardar
Yeah.
a lot, though.
I mean, I guess I was just thinking, Darkseer could be a still a good option, typically paired together with something like the Spirit Breaker. Could put them into a heavy melee kind of situation.
Well,
And-
it's sort of what they normally play, though,
That's true.
when they have the Phoenix. So I definitely think that Darkseer could be a valuable pick if they want to put No Tail over on Slardar. It's doable.
Yeah.
But
I'm also
we'll see.
curious if, for OG, do you think a Disruptor could, for any reason, deter a Tinker pick?
Not so much.
Okay.
While he does mess with Tinker a little bit, I don't think he's that hard to play against.
Okay.
Actually, talking to Miracle earlier, they were, and actually No Tail even, they were not even that scared to play Tinker against Beastmaster. So I don't think they rate Tinker pretty high.
Yeah.
They rate him as a very
He's got
impactful hero.
Yeah, the hero itself has just a high
Look
ceiling.
at this.
I mean, it's one of those heroes that when you have high skill, like, you can make him look OP as hell.
Triple silence coming out here. The Puck following up the Night Stalker and Disruptor. Just a lot of ways to bring down the Phoenix before he gets the egg off. I really like that.
Maybe a Jug for them? No, they're going to go with the TA.
TA Slardar, that's 2.
More minus armor.
Yeah, and Sven has still not been removed as well. Maybe they go for the steal on Sven here. It works in their lineup. Navi, they pick it up because I think OG would be happy to play that lineup again, even though it puts them at a 4 melee kind of lineup. I mean, they make it work, and they have done it before.
5 seconds remaining.
So
And
what
then
type?
Navi pull out the techies, and you're like, oh, damn.
And then you buy a Quelling Blade and Techies is dead.
over.
Yeah.
I kind of doubt that will happen, though.
Yeah. Actually, it's so sad playing Techie against Strength Heroes because they have so much HP you can't actually kill them. And armor.
That's right.
Well, while they're melee, it doesn't make you any happier.
Okay, so for OG, what does the last hero that they still need to do? What kind of role does it need to fulfill?
I would say they need to have a carry, and while I'm
For
thinking
OG,
about for OG.
Yeah.
Well, while I'm thinking that they could have some form of ranged carry, I believe just picking something that gets up close and personal with the Slardar minus armor could work really well. But they could also still go for Dakota's idea here. Actually, they could dual lane Darkseer, Spirit Breaker, and have Phoenix supporting the Slardar as a carry. It's doable.
Navi do go for
Okay,
that
not
Darkseer,
anymore though.
Yeah.
Sven's still available, and is he gonna get banned out?
Navi's turn.
Also
Like
prevents any sort of cheeky 5th pick brood. OG have done it before, but
So-
Darkseer definitely makes them think twice.
Is this a support Night Stalker then? Or Dendy Darkseer? Hehe, no.
Yeah,
But I mean, Darkseer against TA is nice.
could be a
10
jungle
seconds
Darkseer.
remaining.
Yeah,
I
It's
think
looking more likely like a support Night Stalker.
Yeah,
support
yeah.
Night Stalker kinda is the jungle Night Stalker though until you're minute 4. You can easily go jungle and just use the Iron Talon early on, farm up, and then rotate at minute 4 with boots.
Navi's turn
Does
to
force, I mean, It's very different for Na'Vi because normally they have that protective for the mid lane, and Disruptor is not. I mean, you can do it, but then you're leaving your safe lane kind of on your own. So they might need to get someone who can kind of survive on their own and try to stay safe. It is feeling very different for Na'Vi because they don't have that kind of comfort defense for Dendi like they usually do.
Well, not so much a comfort defense, but at the same time, he's a puck against Spirit Breaker. You feel pretty confident about this. That's a great hero to have on the mid lane. Spirit Breaker now has to look for different options, going towards maybe the Disruptor and so on in his ganks.
Mm-hmm.
And Na'Vi actually banning out the Juggernaut instead here. Not so fearful of the Sven himself. Morphling!
Okay.
First of the LAN final.
Yep. Interesting.
Well,
I
They
told
said-
you they'd have some pocket picks,
they said they
boys.
had something up their sleeves. Is it gonna work out? Is this a Morphling game?
I mean, morphling into so much minus armor, isn't that a little peculiar?
It's a little bit, but at the same time, you're also playing against heroes that need to get close and lock down the enemy. He has an escape mechanism, and he could work here. Tons of burst and control with the Disruptor Circle, the Puck ulti. I could see it working if they have a strong tri-lane. Like if they play it out nicely in laning phase.
OG Elder Titan. Here we go.
Yep.
Elder Titan has been making an appearance again in the American scene a bit, but here they're going to go for the Lifestealer.
All right.
Oh, the old Spirit Bomb. That's pretty good. Spirit Breaker Lifestealer. Come on, baby.
It is
Yeah.
time. This is
It is
going to be
time.
our first game for the grand finals of season 5. We have Na'Vi and OG.
Yes, we do.
Which team is going to win the first game? Which box do you want to be part of? This is, I mean, you got to be right here. This is what we hired you for, guys. Come on.
Gotta be right.
No pressure. No pressure.
I'm still a bit uneasy about all that minus armor. I understand that you have to have someone who can kind of square up against the Morphling a bit, but I will side with OG on this one.
Yeah, I want to follow Na'Vi on this one, but I actually believe that OG are going to take it. I just think they make Phoenix work so well. I really don't like seeing that Phoenix is given to them, if I'm speaking from my Dendi fan perspective.
Yeah.
So I think OG are actually gonna pull this one out.
That's the wrong one. But you're both. Okay.
I'm on OG. I want Na'Vi to win, but I'm on OG. I think
What
they're
do
gonna win.
You first.
No.
You first.
No.
Okay. I want not. Okay, OG, fine. Just go.
I go Na'Vi. Let's find out who's gonna take it this time for game 1 of our grand finals. OD Pixel and Draskell, take it away.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and indeed it is the grand finals. This is OG. Did you hear that? I heard
Yeah,
that. I
I
don't know
heard
if you
it.
guys heard that. Let's get ourselves into the game, into the look at the drafts. We've got some fun stuff coming out from both sides. Na'Vi closing it up with the Ditcheron Morphling. I mean, OG, they're going for the full-on, in-your-face lineup here. This kind of Spirit Breaker TA Slardar combination. I mean, if that starts to hit the peak at the mid-game and get the ball rolling, it's going to be a little bit scary for Na'Vi.
Yeah, there's a lot of answers for the Night Stalker. I mean, typically that hero wants to really be in the front of the fight, you know, spamming Void, silencing people, causing a lot of chaos. But again, Spirit Breaker, Lifestealer, and Slardar, 3 heroes that can really stand in the fight with you and just trade. It's a little bit scary because Na'Vi have a tendency to really only pick one hero like that, and I think that's what made their lineup suffer so much against VP in the previous series. Granted, they did end up taking the whole thing, and now here they are in the grand finals against OG, but could be a bit of a problem for them a little bit later. I also kind of agree with Waga's sentiment that giving Phoenix to OG is just a hero that is totally comfort zone for
I mean,
them.
they love that hero. It seems like they're just picking it every time if they can.
So much success, and they already get the D ward on bottom lane as well. So 100 gold going the way of No Tail here before the creep wave even starts. So lineup wise, I actually favor OG, but I feel like the Morphling pick is something that we don't really see a whole heck of a lot, but I think it does have potential in this type of scenario when the enemy team just really wants to stay on one target really hard. Morph can really throw you off in terms of how durable the hero actually becomes, and you can kind of bait maybe OG going a little bit too far.
I mean, General's in a lot of trouble here. Level 1, he's only got the Iron Shell and Crit with a level 1 bash, bashing him back in, and this is going to be your first blood. Crit to take that one, and I mean, this is, of course, is one of the weaknesses of the Darks here, and OG abuse it, taking advantage of that level 1 Iron Shell.
He did get bashed, a little bit unfortunate. I'm not sure if without the bash he maybe walks back to the tower, but either way he had to avoid the Sunray, which is why he walks towards the creep wave and tries to push it out a tiny bit. But he almost got level 2. I think that was pretty much his main goal. He just wanted level 2 before he died, but unfortunately the creeps didn't quite die in time. and he was the one to fall first. So first blood going the way of OG. I suppose the next thing we could talk about is the mid matchup, the notorious Puck versus TA. No Dro Ranger to help out Dendi this time. It's going to be a little bit more difficult, and obviously Miracle. He is just side-blading the living crap out of Dendi right now.
Yeah, this is going to be a really fun match. Yeah, just for the, not just the hero matchup, but the player matchup as well. Miracle versus Dendi. It's going to be very interesting to see how that goes down again. Look at this bottom lane. They're making another go on General. He's yet to hit level 2. This time, he's going to be fine. Does manage to back himself out far enough that they can't get a lead on him. But he's having to be very, very careful here, General. And as we can see, just comparing the two offlaners, Moon having a much better time up on this Slardar on the top lane.
It's really hard for these two to actually kill him. That's the problem. Because Morphling commits, and you know he does a little bit of damage. The waveform is a sizable nuke, but it's in the early game I see it more of an escape and a farming tool than really getting a kill. I think the only way that Moon dies is if they transition a third hero up here. Like they're gonna need the Night Stalker or the Darkseer to be in the area if they want him to go down.
On the mid lane at the moment, and the trade is being kept even here. 10 for free on Dendi. Miracle, I guess, slightly behind, but it's very, very close on his TA. And I guess at this point, this is what downs to the fact that Dendi, he's not really going to put Miracle in any danger of dying, but he's always going to be able to wave clear with the
Yeah,
butt.
for sure. That's the one thing about the matchup, and especially since they buffed the how intelligence gives you spell damage now. Once you get to, I guess it's level 10, yeah, something like that, level 9 or 10, you can pretty much just clear the creep wave no matter what. We're just having a null talisman or two, and a lot of Pucks are favoring going Veil nowadays, so you get even more in from that. And just being able to push out the wave super hard, secure the runes is going to help tremendously. Since they also have a jungler on their side of the map, it's like Artstyle can just go to the 4-minute rune, the 6-minute rune and whatnot. Especially the 4, because if for whatever reason OG decided to contest that with Moon or whatever, and it's the first night, and Artstyle's like level 3 or 4, you could potentially even get a kill. So we'll have to see how the movement comes out from Na'Vi. But they're actually playing it... This is the most passive early game I've seen Na'Vi play yet. Like, this is a little, not necessarily concerning, but it's just a different take. Because normally they get this hero and they want to try to control tempo. But this time they pick a Night Stalker and he's just jungling. Like, I feel like I'm watching Godlike right now. I'm not watching Artstyle. You know what I mean? It's just a little bit...
Oh, look at General.
He's fine.
He's got a charge crit. If he gets the vision for this one... Okay, yeah, with the salve, General should be alright.
I mean, look at this fog abuse right here.
Yeah, look at the jukes.
Game.
Crits off. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see as well how much crit and fly can get done across the map, because Notel at this point, he really doesn't need them in the lane on this lifestealer. He's got free farm, free control of the lane with the fact that General has been forced back. He's level 3 now, so we'll see if General does want to start to come back into the lane. But this is giving a lot of space for Notel. Meanwhile, at the same time, even though Moon's having a better time in the offlane up top, he's not really being able to do anything in terms of slowing down Ditchara's farm, and Ditchara is keeping neck on neck with Notel's beginning.
Yeah, but it's just another situation where he's just going to buy the Iron Talon, he's going to hit some creeps in the jungle, he's got a Stout Shield and some tangos as well. It's just all around a more efficient play, and since he's already level 4, like this isn't bad at all. He's a level higher than the Darkseer. General made the transition towards middle lane.
Mid lane Artstyle. Looking for the wraparound. It is night time. And here we go. Moving in onto Miracle. Could he play his way out of this one? He's looking for Dendi, but no, can't do it. Dendi's out, and they get themselves the kill. First bit of action there in the mid lane for the boys.
That was actually a super nice setup. He had Iron Shell on the Night Stalker, he looped around, put Iron Shell on Dendi, they just walk into him, TA, Refraction just instantly down. Easy kill there for Na'Vi. And I mean, that even, you know, barring the gank, the lane was actually still relatively close. Dendi was only a couple of denies behind what Miracle was at anyway, so all that considered. We do see the standard help out Dendi in middle lane. That is a Na'Vi theme, as it were.
And it's been working out in the games. Yes, it's certainly has been effective. The question is, how effective is it going to be against Miracle? I mean, Miracle, he really is one of the players that just strikes me as he's the perfect comeback player. It doesn't matter if you kill him a few times in the mid lane. This man is always going to have a good game. I mean, I really can't remember the last time he's had a bad game. Miracle.
You say that. You know, you say that.
He's fine.
We talked about the caster
He's got
curse the other
refraction.
day.
He's fine. They're just going to try and turn it. He'll get glimpsed in. Sunray's going to come through. Miracle, can he get out? Okay, no, he can't. Void flies through. Crit coming in with the charge. They look to get Artstyle in return. He's going to try and run away. Isn't going to make it. But they find one in return. I mean, but the thing, they're throwing a lot of stuff at Miracle. OG are responding. I mean, this is kind of the classic Na'Vi, as you said, you know, way to deal with the mid lane. But space is being given elsewhere, and Notel continues to farm.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's a 1-for-1 trade, and you're trading a jungle Night Stalker for a TA mid. And if I'm Na'Vi, I'm still quite happy with that. And yeah, you're getting farm on the Morphling while the Lifestealer's farming. That point is, you know, it's just they're both going to get free farm. Because no team really wants to contest the safe lane of the other. I think if it would be anyone, maybe OG once a Lifestealer hits 6 and the Spirit Breaker hits 6, so like Crit gets the ultimate and they just start like running at people.
Okay.
Navi are
Actually,
just...
they want, they really want Miracle dead.
They're ready this time.
There, and here we go. A drop in Dream Coil. Kinetic Field's out as well, but Crit and Fly are there. Can Navi really try and go in for this one? They're trying to force Miracle to snap the coil. It's not going to happen. The bash. Oh, again. Oh, Dendy! Just getting the all-man time. Look at the rotation from Moon, and he still goes down. They find one. The crush from Moon as OG rotating in heavily, taking down Seneko. Artstyle in a lot of trouble as well as they move forward. No-tail with the slow, charging in Crit, brings them down.
That was so unbelievably lucky. I can't even... He first hit Bash's Artstyle. Then he first hit Bash's Dendi, and then bashes him again on the next swing, so he can't even get to his orb. Like, whatever RNG god they prayed to before this match, it worked.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, and that's painful. That's painful for Na'Vi, giving that bit of action to OG. But, as we talk about the space being created for either side, Tichira, he's still going untouched on this top lane. And, I mean, this is the way that, as the panel was saying, this is how Tichira and Na'Vi kind of like to play. As long as they can draw attention away from this man, he's certainly going to be able to farm up a treat. The question is just how much can he do as a Morphling in this game against the lineup of OG? I mean, how strong is the Morphling pick here?
It's kind of a timing issue, I think. If the hero runs into a struggle, it's because most Morphling builds, as we see Dendi kind of juking away here, could actually be in some trouble. Oh, okay, he's got the Kinetic Field. But anyway, in regards to the Morphling, it's more just about how fast he can get his items. Because once you get Linken's E-Blade, you are incredibly strong. But just having the Linken's...
Look at this. And the bottom lane Crit, he had an Invis ring to set it up. Moon with the TP rotation comes into play.
Splat. Yeah. Morph basically just needs like 25 minutes.
Okay.
That's pretty much how the hero works.
I mean, is he going to get 25 minutes with the way that OG's playing and the heroes that they've got?
Well, they do have a very snowball-centric lineup where they have Slardar TA who can take Roshan if they get the tier 1s, and so far they've been winning the early game, so I wouldn't put it past them to, you know, put that one step further and just snowball that, so we'll see. OG do have the lineup to apply that pressure too, there's no question about that. They might not be the best at killing towers, but they do have TA for damage.
On General, he's TP'd into the bottom lane, no-tail, coming forward. They would have needed another bash Crit, not going to be too lucky with the RNG this time. Man goes up into the range creep, off he waltzes, and now finds General. In fact, he's going to get the kill. Takes down the Darkseer, Crit in a little bit of trouble. No, he gets the charge out top, and Dendi, oh, he's there! Dendi with the cutoff will find a kill in return.
Radiant's top tower is under
Oh,
attack.
man. Bit of a fortunate ore placement there, or Moon, he sniffed him out, and Dendi knows. Dendi's like, I know you're there. I know you're there. And he will be fine.
I think it's, yeah, Moon just needs to farm right now. I mean, he's helping out, and that's good. Like, the kill contribution is definitely useful, but getting the Blink Dagger, I think, is even more so. Because you need that initiation, right? Like, just imagine if there's a Spirit Breaker or a Slardar with a Lifestealer inside of them, and there's always that follow-up.
Oh, it's scary.
It is just, no matter what hero you are on Na'Vi, even the Morphling can get chased down by that. Because if you waveform preemptively, then you're pretty much going to get hit by the charge at the end of it. But if you waveform after the charge, he can always ult you. You have the, you know, opportunity to get open wound cast.
Oh, a mid lane again, Crit.
Oh, God.
Joining in as Miracle, played it patient, set it up.
Did he mess up a phase shift, or...?
No, Miracle was sitting there and melded it up, and Denny just came too far forward, and yeah, didn't get the phase shift off before the bash connected.
Just splat, yeah. Okay.
This is scary for Na'Vi. I mean, how do they react to this kind of aggression that OG's putting on? How do they slow them down?
I mean, it's the first time that we've seen Na'Vi play a more defensive early game in the sense that Artstyle is jungling, and this is also the first game where we've seen them kind of getting run over in the first 10-15 minutes. Usually it's the opposite. So I think that maybe it's a lot to do with the fact that Artstyle didn't really have the active hero this time, and he's more just walking around the map and trying to find his own farm. I'm not sure if it really fits into the style that Na'Vi like to play. Maybe just deviating a bit too far from what they normally do.
Look at OG, we're 10 minutes in, and the full 5 mana around this tier 1 in the mid lane. They are ready for some action if Na'Vi want to give it to them. And looks like Na'Vi are just playing it as safe as they can. No-tail just sitting in the sidelines behind these trees.
I mean, it's starting to get a little bit more lopsided in the mid matchup too. I mean, obviously his tower just died, but then he's, you know, 20 some odd CS behind at this stage. They don't have a tower. Slardar's got Amplify if they want to try to sneak a Roche at some point. It's a little bit of a scary thing though, because Static Storm is available on Na'Vi now, and a Vax Static Storm can be the Wombo combo dream, more or less. We'll see here. Looks like they want to smoke, standing behind the tier 2. Should see Na'Vi go for a kill here. That's all 5 as well.
Yeah, this is nice as well. Star's going to have Darkness back up in 10 seconds, and you've already mentioned the Wombo combo. If they can hit that, it's going to be absolutely huge. We'll see what movement they want to make. It's going to be a scan from OG, just checking, see if there's potentially a smoke moving up towards the top, and they're actually kind of bang on, but it's not going to be there when Na'Vi pass by. Snako has been dispelled by Miracle. They know he's melted. They actually have detection, and no, they don't. Na'Vi won't be able to find that. They'll drop the Static Storm, but no chance. He already got the rage up, and he just bites into Snako. Now moving in for more. There's a charge onto Dishiro. They've got to get themselves out of it. Na'Vi crit with the charge in for the sidelines, looking for the ult onto Denny, but Denny will be able to orb himself out onto the side. They're losing Dishiro. No, he gets himself out to the replicate just in time. The question is, can they chase him down? He tries to waveform away, but they've got the vision. They're popping the supernova. No messing here from Fly. They want to make sure they get Dishiro. They should be able to. It'll take them a fair bit of time, but they finally bring him down. Now here comes Denny trying to drop the Dream Core, trying to do something to turn this one, but General, he's falling low. He'll drop as well. They do get that kill onto Moon, but again, Na'Vi taking very, very painful fights, and OG just coming out on top each and every time.
Well, I learned something today. Apparently, if you shift Q Rage, you can cast it before the Static Storm silence affects you, because I'm pretty sure that's the only reason that the Disruptor actually dies there. It seemed like the animation was down before he got there. No, it was really close. Maybe we'll have to watch the replay and see what happens. But as soon as that Static Storm is wasted, and they're not able to glimpse back, because they had to know it was no-tail, right? Because the TP color.
Yeah.
So maybe he just assumed that it was going to hit him, and they would be able to go for a counter kill or at least run away. As soon as the initiation starts, where your Disruptor dies without using a single useful spell, the fight's already over. Like, Morphling doesn't contribute anything at this stage in the game outside of a waveform, and it is going back for the Lincolns. I don't know why he's sitting on 2200 health. Okay, there we go. But this hero is, he's a time needer, and the game is too fast right now for him. He needs his team to somehow slow the pace of the game by either winning fights or splitting up OG on the map.
Yeah, I'm looking at Denny as well, and he is saving up the gold. This really feels like something that we just don't see a lot of folks doing now. It really seems to be the new trend to get that Veil first. Do you like the fact that he is just going for the Blink first? Did he just need that big initiation item?
They need the reliable jump on the Lifestealer or the Phoenix, for example, because they don't have anybody else who can really get on the backline except for the Night Stalker. And the Night Stalker we already talked about has a really hard time being a frontline hero against this squad. You get Amplify cast on you and stunned or open wounds and amplified, you're going to fall over. You're just not tanky enough. So you need another hero on your team who can actually jump in with you to create a little bit more chaos, so that way they can't just throw all their abilities on the Night Stalker and kill it.
OG, let's see what the next bit of aggressive play is going to be.
14-minute does so here from Miracle.
That's not bad at all, and with the Ancients as well, you can see he's going to be able to keep himself far ahead in terms of their weapon. They've actually caught out Moon, and well, with the Dream Call, they'll get the kill. Dendy, with the Blink reveal and with the help of Artstyle, finding themselves a bit of positive action. There is a charge onto Dendy, and with Miracle...
This is a really bad angle. He might not phase shift in time.
Let's see what they can find. Oh, Miracle just onto Artstyle. 1-2, give it a third one, and he's gone with the help of the Summary. They find it. Have they got the control for Dendy? He's going to pop the orb out, get himself away. And they chase this one down. Dendy should be fine here on this occasion. He's got the orb back up in the Blink as well. So he escapes. 1 for 1. And even trades at this point aren't going to be too bad for the side of Na'Vi, as they are behind. So they really want to just get whatever they can get at this stage.
Spirit Breaker is a very unique hero in that once you start falling behind in the laning phase, you feel super scared to show yourself anywhere on the map. It's kind of like playing against old school Storm Spirit. When he started snowballing, you get this looming sense of, oh man, I'm just going to die if I farm this creep wave and I don't have somebody behind me. And I think it's just Na'Vi not necessarily remembering exactly how to play against it, because a lot of the time you see Spirit Breaker and the enemy team just wants to 5-man, or the enemy team just has a truckload of disables. But the problem is Na'Vi really don't have a ton of either. They have a coil, which is nice, and a kinetic field, but that's not really a lot against a Spirit Breaker, and especially when there's Lifestealer and Slardar who all just want to run at you. So they're kind of lacking the necessary lockdown so far to deal with this squad.
Yeah, and they're not using to get even scared from OG now. The fact that Moon has the Blink Dagger, he's also got no tail inside him. There's also a smoke from Na'Vi at the same time. Let's see who kind of comes out top in Na'Vi. They're going to start to make the movement into the jungle, and they will find Fly if they head up there, but it's already been dispelled. Actually just popped the darkness and they're backing up, so that positioning from Fly Really putting a stopper on to what Na'Vi were looking to try and achieve there. Dendy's still hanging around just in case OG come back round and look for a fight themselves. But OG, they're being smart. They're not going to be waltzing down there anytime soon. They'll actually make a look towards the mid lane. Charging in, they want to go onto Artstyle, but they're actually holding it on. Crit doesn't want to commit there with the backup of Na'Vi around Artstyle.
That's a good cancel though, because it's at a stage in the game where OG feel pretty confident. You know, they have some time. The Morphling getting closer to the Lincolns, but Dichira doesn't have it yet. It's already 16 minutes in. Looks like they want to try to get the jump instead of being the ones who are initiating in full vision. Could even just go for Roche.
I was going to say Smoke can go right with the Death, so with the Amplify, they know they can do it.
They kill it very quickly.
The question is, can Na'Vi do anything to stop it? It's daytime, darkness is being used.
Random vacuum. That's only level 2 actually, you can't even reach the pit.
I mean, just look at the speed of that melts. Easy Roshan for OG. Miracle picking up that Aegis. And this is really getting into incredibly scary territory for Na'Vi. They need a game plan. They need a big fight. I mean, I know we're kind of a little bit far away from the high ground defense, but
What the hell? What's happening right now?
I don't know. I agree with that sentiment. WTF? Well,
Alrighty.
we'll sort this out, I'm sure.
Seems our admins were not securing the lobby properly.
Oh.
But
Oh dear.
oh dear.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
You can mute in game, right?
Anyways, mute this guy. No.
Can't you just ignore the user?
Oh wait! If Weapons is spectating, can he just
Yeah,
not
you can
switch
just
to
ignore
chat?
the user.
Or he can just can he not just like switch to a random chat?
Mute
channel?
all chat.
Yeah.
Can you mute all chat while you're in game as a spectator? Yeah, you can. You can just mute all chat. Mute him and go.
Alright.
All right. Well, while we wait, there was actually something that I wanted to bring up in regards to the way that Spirit Breaker works in this lineup. Is you kind of have this. The most rudimentary way of countering an aggressive team is by having a hero who can literally be everywhere. You know, and think about Furion, but instead of a hero that's actually squishy, Spirit Breaker just has a ton of armor, a ton of HP, and you just charge at whatever target you want, and you just force the fight. And since Na'Vi have a tendency to always prioritize mid, you just always be ready to charge that lane, or you charge at one of the supports, and you're just creating all this chaos everywhere. And that synergizes well with a hero like Phoenix, because during fights, if Fly ever wants to reliably get off an egg, you want these really strong frontline heroes that are going to be able to stand there and prevent the people from actually hitting the egg in the first place. So instead of having lockdown, they just have the ability to defend the egg, and there's like no feasible way that Na'Vi are going to be able to get in there and smack it. So
No, there really isn't.
the synergy in the lineup is very, very strong, and Na'Vi are still struggling to find enough farm right now for Dichira to really start showing that the hero Morphling, I don't know, man, I just don't know if it's quick enough for this type of game. Like, they have an Aegis, they're going to lose all their towers, I would say, probably in the next 5-10.
Oh, they've caught Fly.
That's a big one.
Straight away, huge
way.
reaction. Stream cost popped onto 2 and they can't kill him. Dendy didn't get the nuke out onto him. So
That's
Fly
huge.
survives, and now Dendy, oh, nice dodge. Does keep himself alive, but a bit of a whiff there is going to mean a missed opportunity for Na'Vi, and a very, very happy Fly.
They definitely needed that kill. Very... a misstep from Dendy. When you're in this kind of game, you can't afford to make those mechanical mistakes. You just really need to make sure that you get the kills, so... a little bit unfortunate. It means that the tier 2 top lane is going to be taking more damage. They're already charging Dichira, he's going to be forced back. I suppose the one nice thing about having Lincolns in this game as Morph is you're kind of immune to the Spirit Breaker, and that could be the idea, as Dendy just gets absolutely destroyed.
Dendy certainly isn't immune to Miracle. I mean,
That's
catch
another...
him out with a jump. I mean, they are trying to fight up top. Can they get no tail or crit? Crit charging forward, but the Void is there to cancel it. General jumping in. Can they bring down one? No moves there with the backup. Crush onto 2. Dichira trying to come in, but no tail with the rage. Finding out crit. Falling low. They'll take down the Spirit Breaker. Can they take down anything more? No tail. Infests up. Miracle's there to join the fight as well. Jumping forward. Eyes onto Artstyle. Fly. Getting himself in. Moon again with the cross up to do the Sunray. They found one. Dichira wait for him himself out. Will just survive. OG. Punishing Na'Vi and pushing them right back. Oh, Miracle! No mercy from the TA.
He needs his Ghost Scepter. That's got to be the next purchase.
Dire's top
Oh
tower
boy,
is under
and 20
attack.
minutes in now. Pushing on to the tier 3s here, OG.
They don't even have blitz. Are they just gonna? They can get range wrecks here, I think.
Navi, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? There's the vacuum dream call for Dendy. They're going to move in. The static storm's dropping. He's actually not going to catch anyone. No Tail gets cleared back. Can they kill the man? He's going for the armor. Totally the heal. Is it enough to keep himself alive? No Tail.
my God.
He's still alive. He's still alive. He's maybe even thinking about going back in. He just goes back and hits the tower. No Tail with no fear at all. Miracle in a bit of trouble, but he's got the Aegis. He's going to be fine for round 2, and he is going to need it. Aegis is pop. No Tail, still alive here. Miracle.
That was sick, actually.
They could not kill the Life Stealer.
He played it perfectly because he walks away from the tower to delay the hit in a way so that the damage isn't spread out. So the worst thing that can happen is multiple hits come in at different intervals that make it harder to toggle. But if you get hit at the same time, it's actually easier because then you don't have to worry about intermittent swings. So he just walks in a direction that allows him the easiest toggle, gets it off, lives in a ridiculous situation with pretty much no mana at that point. He did get some back, but man, that was pretty disheartening actually if you're Navi. If you kill No Tail there, I actually feel like that's a really big thing for them. That's 2 kills so far that they've missed.
Look at Miracle. He's got an Invis. Who's he going to kill?
Oh, Seneko.
You've been on volunteers. Seneko
Oh,
getting
man, he
removed
dropped
from the
the
game.
sentry.
They'll jump in with this crush. In comes the follow-up ult from Crick. Can they kill Dendy? Yes, they can. No Tail's joining the fight as well. Navi again. Forced up to the high ground. And OG just bringing in another level of gameplay here in this finals. 18-6. Miracle now on 12,500 net worth. Game 1 looking to be very painful at the moment for Navi unless they can find that massive wombo combo, but it just doesn't feel like OG's going to give them the chance to get that in these
No, they
situations.
There's still no glyph. They have Static Storm, I guess. So the Vax Static Storm is going to be the defense here from Navi. There is a Blink Dagger up on General too, so let's see what they can do.
Oh, but Blink Dagger's also up on Moon, of course, and he jumping in, Artstyle getting removed from the game. Diggerard, can he get himself out? No, the Sun Ray's too strong. Miracle on the backline, finding one, finding 2. Double kill for Miracle, double kill for Fly. They'll head back onto the racks, and OG just nothing less than stomping Navi here in this game 1.
I gotta say, I think, you know, not even the
My
Phoenix,
goodness.
not even the Phoenix was the big part for me this game. It was more just about the Spirit Breaker and the synergy that he has and the kind of style that you play against Navi when you have this hero. Just the constant aggression, the fact that Artstyle was playing Night Stalker and just wasn't really active around the map. Crit did so much for his team in the first 10 minutes of the game, just by, you know, creating pressure, charging people, Moon's kind of passively farming away. They can't pressure No Tail. Middle lane from Navi is also losing at the same time. And you have the safe lane Morphling who needs like 25 minutes to be active. It's just, there's so many things that Navi need to go right in this draft before they're going to be able to do anything to stop OG's pressure.
They just need a lot of time, and OG's not the kind of lineup that's going to give it to them. I mean, Miracle, he's having a perfect game on the team, and this is something we kind of saw him bring out earlier, well, yesterday, in fact, in the LAN finals, and it's something that's proven to be very, very scary indeed. I mean, I can only hope that we can look forward to seeing more TA performances from Miracle, because it really is quite something. He's 8-2-9. He is insanely farmed and insanely ahead.
Yeah, he's 4K ahead almost of the next highest net worth on his team.
Yeah.
That is pretty bonkers. But I like the itemization here from No Tail as well. He just goes straight for the AC. He realizes that, you know, the Echo Saber is nice and everything. You get the mana regeneration, you get the double attack, but it's more about trying to just break the base at this point. And the additional armor that you have with the rage.
Ditchera.
Nice.
Yeah, immediately.
He's got the
himself out
replicate,
crit.
man.
Has got No Tail in him. Navi are coming around here. Pings are there. We'll see if they're able to find anything, but they're having to send Ditchera back to clear out the top lane. And can Navi actually find any action? Crit. He's Glimmer Caped up. He's looking to get himself into a position to charge forward. Navi just playing very, very safely now. And they need to. They just can't allow any more casualties. Otherwise, it's going to be game over.
I think winning a team fight is just completely relying on the wombo combo at this point. That's like their only play. Get a blink back into a Static Storm coil and hope that you kill them. If that doesn't happen, the Lifestealer and the TA are just gonna delete your heroes before they're able to do anything. Like that's just the state of the game that we're at right now. They're too far ahead. Like it's 24 minutes in and they have over 15,000 gold lead, like closer to 20, and 14,000 experience. I think that next game, second phase, if you're going to be picking something like this style, like Na'Vi have deviated a tiny bit from what they do normally, then Spirit Breaker needs to be something that you need to look at and say, okay, maybe second phase we just ban it. Because it just creates so much chaos. Like, what is a Night Stalker doing early game? You can't really trade with a Spirit Breaker. If you charge him and you're just trading autos, the only way that Night Stalker wins the trade is by casting Void. But Crit can just get a lucky bash. And you know that mid triple bash? Like,
Yeah,
honestly, that in my opinion, that's where the game just went to crap for Na'Vi. Because they lost 2 heroes and they missed out on a kill because of bashes. And it was 3 bashes in a row. I mean, I'm not blaming the entire game on RNG. Obviously, OG played great. But that certainly did not help.
I mean, if you are Na'Vi going into game, as you said, is there anything else on top of that that you can look to target in the draft?
Well, I think if you're going to be picking this Disruptor and Night Stalker so much, and they opened Night Stalker as well,
Yeah.
that Spirit Breaker is just so good against these in particular supports because of the kind of stuff that he does early game. Because Disruptor is not known for dealing damage. He helps you get kills by punishing bad positioning. But the thing about Spirit Breaker is you're not going in if your position is bad, you just cancel the charge. But if you are letting the charge go, then you kind of have to use the glimpse on the Spirit Breaker if you want to stop yourself from dying. And at the same time, you could just die before you even get it off, because what if there's a lifestealer inside of him? You know, what if the Slardar follows up with Blink Stun? There's just so much potential for pick. And Na'Vi for a desperation smoke here. Looks like they might run right into OG.
They might. I know she's gone for a smoke themselves, but Na'Vi may have the high ground lead in. Snako leading the way. We'll see if he stands his ground. This could be perfect. Can they find the follow-up and already jumping in? The Static Storm Tamper Miracle pops the BKB. Eyes onto Artstal. Starts to back himself off to the side. General on the front getting bashed up. They'll take down the Darkseer Miracle. Starting to make a move to Dendi. Has the phase shift in time. Drops the core down, but Dendi, he's gone. Godlike for Miracle. Double kill for No Tail, and now they're chasing down Tichara. The Sunra is out from Fly. In comes the Sunray, and GG is called. All too much for Na'Vi here in game 1 as OG having a very, very easy start here to this best of 5 grand finals.
Man, they just got brutalized, actually. Poor Na'Vi. They had, like, nothing going for them. The laning phase was super hard. I really think it does go back to the failed mid gank. That's really where things start to fall apart, because that was one of the first times Artstyle decided to move around the map, and just those bashes, man. Crit, that guy right there ruined the lives of Na'Vi, like, single-handedly with those bashes.
Oh,
that was
man.